Oh yeah, I mean now especially with season two, I think we just the sixth episode was aired yesterday, if I remember. The pacing of this season two is insane, and it just keeps getting better and better. I mean, it's just I can't talk about it, but
So many characters, right?
yeah, I know. It's just like we're here trying to talk about it, but we can't talk about it. But with that first season, we really established these characters and the sound for Krypton, and for Brainiac and all these like, really really cool thematic elements, and it was awesome canvas to work with because anything goes. None of the sounds were established for this particular planet. So, and now with this second season, we have all this. We got Doomsday and everything. We got Lobo, which is Lobo is so awesome. So it's really really cool to see how it all expands and how it's moving forward and really exciting. Right when you think it can't get better or more interesting, they just throw you another curveball, and it's awesome.
So when you're looking to score these films for these characters, like you have Krypton, you have Marvel, you have all these characters. Like, what are the kind of character traits you're looking at when you're trying to pull that into your music? Like, what is that? Is there a particular trait you're looking for? Like, what is it that really kind of drives you to kind of form wherever that character's theme is going to be?
Well, I'll tell you, for example, for Captain Marvel, I kind of psyched myself out for a couple of days. I was like, what am I going to do? It's supposed to be this big iconic, and I kept getting messages from people, can't wait to hear what you're going to do with Captain Marvel theme. It's going to be iconic. I'm like, I don't know. I haven't written it yet. I'm just like freaking out here. And so after 2 days of freaking out, I just walked out of my studio and went for a walk. And I kept thinking about her character and what makes her her. And, her really, for me, what I resonated with her the most, there are a lot of things, but it was important for me to capture both the human and the Kree side, because she's a hybrid. So how do we, really bring the heart, but also the Kree side of her into it too. So I just started like singing themes in my head, and I also knew that I wanted the first two notes to be different and recognizable. So, because a lot of times in these films, unless you're near the end of it, you don't have a lot of time for the full statement of the theme. So I wanted those two notes if I have a little motif to recognize them. So I started thinking, and I was singing to myself, walking, looking like a crazy person. So I fit right in LA. But I recorded the theme on my voice memo. And I was like, okay, I don't hate this one. And I came to the studio and I, produced the whole thing, and that is the theme. So I think a lot of it is just with any character, really digesting the character themselves and figuring out what makes them them and what's unique about them and what is it that we want to pull and emphasize or bring to the foreground. And it varies.
Awesome. And I was going to say, in terms of the era that you're dealing with Captain Marvel, can you talk a bit about how that spoke to your approach in finding the music?
The what? The way I couldn't catch the very
the era, so the decade.
Yeah.
With it being in the 90s.
I can barely, I'm getting...
No, it's okay, I'll speak up. So I was saying, like, in terms of the decade.
Right. The era. Oh, I see. Okay, now I'm hearing. Okay. The 90s. Yeah.
How much did that speak to your approach in providing the music, for the film and for the character?
Oh, it was super fun for one thing, because we could go like there are some of the action scenes that we went full on Lethal Weapon, which was super fun. There are a lot of moments in the score where we really embraced 90s. And it was really awesome to have that opportunity. And I wasn't sure at first. I wrote like the train chase cue, for example, when she's going down, and I wrote this whole thing with very like Eric Clapton guitars, and I was like, let's see if they're gonna go for it. and they embraced it, and it all worked out. But it was really important to, I knew that the song selections, even though it's not my department, and I knew what they were going for, and it made the film so much more fun to really embrace it when there was the opportunity, for sure.
So you're doing Krypton, you've done superheroes. Like, what's your favorite to do? Superheroes, villains, anti-heroes? Like, do you have a particular favorite you like to do a theme for?
Oh, that's villains are really fun to write for because you can do really interesting things. I feel like you can get away with weird textures and darkness a lot more. So from a compositional point of view, it's always, even more like for Krypton, whether it's Doomsday or Brainiac, and you can just get really weird, and it's okay. So that's really fun.